Hey Beth, this is Courtney, and in this video I'm going to show you a few things that you can do to help improve, your online presence and just get people to find you more online. And the reason why I'm doing this is because business owners are just way too busy running their business, and it's honestly already a lot of work to have to do that, and then also having to worry about running, doing the marketing for it too. It's just too much to have to take on, and it can be quite overwhelming. And to be fair and honest, learning about marketing is a whole nother beast, right? It's a whole nother language. So I just want to help in any way that I can, just help to alleviate the amount of work that business owners have to do. So I really hope that this video helps to educate you in a bit and helps to give you some ideas that you never thought about before. So in this video, we're just going to cover a few things. We're just going to talk about kind of content, another word for keywords, citations, and some social media, and maybe a little bit about backlinks. So we're just going to jump right on in just so that we can get started. So first thing I want to go over is content, or keywords. And I brought up the website for a good reason. And I know that you have no control over what goes on a website or anything because you work for someone else. But I just wanted to briefly cover over just some of the basics. So for a website, one of the things that's really important for it is content. And the reason why is because when Google does a scan of websites, it needs to read what's on it. And in order for it to know about you, it needs to have enough words on it. And the reason why it needs to have enough words is because if there isn't enough content on, the homepage or anything, then Google's not going to be really sure much about, what you really do, and they're not going to be able to show you properly to others who are, searching for what you have. And just to give you an idea, everything that you see highlighted, this is what Google scans when they come through your site. So all of these images, icons, logos, all of these things, it's best to have, the proper content placed in them. And by content, and, another little way to word it is you want to make sure you have the proper keywords. And if you're not familiar with keywords, they are words or phrases that people search up each month just to help resolve their issues or concerns. And businesses can miss out on a lot of these clients or customers by not having these keywords and by not having them properly placed. So there's a reason why I'm educating you on this because it's going to come into play a little bit later. But yeah, so I just wanted to cover that really briefly with you. And then right next, what we're going to do is, so I think you're in Fairfax, correct me if I'm wrong. So this is the area we're going to do the example of, because I know your business, I know this business over here is national, but for you to, become like a bit independent and do your own thing, there are a couple of suggestions that you can do that won't get you in trouble. So we're just going to take a look at a couple of other competitors in Fairfax, Virginia. If you're in a different area, let me know. Just let me know. But this video example is going to work for Fairfax, but it'll obviously work for your area too if it's not. So this over here, this is Gina. She's one of your competitors in Fairfax, Virginia. I think her business is similar to yours. She works for someone else. So her business profile is, not her business profile, her website is, where it's basically her foundation, where everything starts, right? And then you have Embrace Home Loans. She's another one. And then going over here, we're going to head on into your citations and what a citation is and why it's important. I'll actually get into that very shortly. The second important thing you want to, kind of get is citations, right? And that's basically getting listed in more places. And how we actually get here is, so see this up here? This is an example of a keyword, an exact phrase that someone can search up. And each keyword has a certain amount of people that search these up each month. And the goal is you do want to have these are the type of keywords you want to have on like the website or inside of your business profile, which is what I'm about to explain to you. So your business profile is basically in this section right here. Okay, so this is called the map pack, and this is where your business's name, address, and phone number are listed. This is where Google gives relevance to your business, and getting into the top 3 is huge because this is where people click. The higher you are, the more clicks you get. And in order to get up here, you need to have citations, like what I mentioned earlier. And just to give you a better visual of it, because, oopsie, so where did the image go? I just had it. Let's open it back up. Okay, so this right here is, so you want your name, address, and phone number. These are your citations, right? And you want to display it across hundreds of directories, right? So these are all of your citations, and the goal is you want to have more than your competitor. There are hundreds of directories out there, right? So BBB, Yelp, City Star, Facebook, and many more. And you want to have more than your competitor because the more you have than them, it gives you more trust from Google, and this will give them the thumbs up to like, okay, these guys have a lot of, rep, they're consistent, so they're going to start bumping you up. And that's like one of the major ways to get up in this business profile thing is with your citations. And that's where having keywords is really important because keywords are, what people use to find you, and having them in your business profile is very, very crucial. So next thing we do want to talk about, it's just the last thing I wanted to cover over in this video, and that is going over social media. Now, I don't really I don't know which social media platform you have. We didn't really talk too much about it, and I didn't really see one on your on a website. I'm not sure if you guys are allowed to even put your social media on here. That's okay. I don't think I saw them with theirs on here either. But anyway, so another way is I just grabbed like social media profiles from the top results just to give you a good idea of how a social media profile can look like, and just to give like a rule of thumb. So another good thing to keep in mind of is that it's also really good to excuse me, find competitors that have what you want, that have like they have what you desire, they have your goals that you want, and you want to basically follow what they're doing, just because success leaves clues, right? So if it worked for them, that it should work for you, and that goes for pretty much everything, right? So obviously Embrace is up here all the way up the top, so I looked at their social media. Now there are 2 platforms that are widely used with your target audience of home buyers. So Instagram and Facebook, and you'll notice that they kind of have similar concepts, but I do recommend just starting with one platform. If you don't already have Facebook, I do recommend that one. A lot of your ideal clients are located there, and it's the easiest to get traction on locally. So some tips on, I just want to give some tips on how to, how to actually get your social media bearing. Because I think you mentioned before that you're making posts, but you're not getting much from it. So you're not really getting much presence from it, right? So what I recommend is, creating a Facebook page. That's what this is right here. And the thing with a Facebook page is, it helps to keep things professional, and it separates your business from your personal life. And it's just something to just keep it simple. You want for your bio, your intro, you want your name, basically what you do, mortgage loan officer serving Fairfax, VA, and then your NMLS number, and then you want to have like a quick call to action, like this, they didn't really finish theirs. I don't know if they're aware of that, but you want to have like a little like DM me for for free quote, just something simple like that. And then some ideas for posts is you can post like maybe 2 to 3 times a week. That's pretty much it. You don't need to post every day, because consistency beats frequency, right? And what are some things you can post, right? So there are 3 types of things you can. There are a few type of things that you can do, like educational tips, local market updates, or some wins and testimonials. You just want to keep it simple, because you're not trying to go viral. You're building trust with local home buyers in Fairfax. So when they're ready, they think of you. So that's what the goal is. And once Facebook is rolling, once that's been mastered, then you can add another social media profile, like Instagram, to that. And just because it's just you, and I don't want to overwhelm you, you shouldn't overwhelm yourself. So it's easier to just focus on one social media platform at a time, master that. And then once that's mastered, then you can focus on another social media. But the best part is you already know the formula, because you already did it. So you just replicate it, for Instagram, so that you're not doing 2 things at once, if that makes sense. So that's actually pretty it for this video. So the few things we went over were content, and keywords, and we went over citations, which is just getting your business name, address, and phone number just listed on a bunch of directories. 200 to 300. This beats out your competition by a long shot. And social media, starting with Facebook, if you haven't already, having a business profile and setting that up, and then you do all of these things, and you're already going to be way ahead of most of your competition that are in the area. And with this information that I provided, you can run with this and do it on your own. That's totally cool. I'm cool with that. But if you don't if you want to skip the learning curve and just have someone handle it who's been doing it a bunch of times, or just sit down and chat with me to see what we can do, then you already know my phone number, my email. Just send me a text or an email, and yeah, we'll chat. So either way, I really hope this helped you, and please have a great day. All right, bye.